You are listening to the Andrew and Troy Show.
Andrew, let's dive straight into the news for this week with the editor of Star Observer, Elias Jahshan. Elias, how are you?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Doing well. Doing very well. Now, let's dive straight into the news. The first cab off the rank is what's happening with the gay blood donation ban? Is there a change in the wind? Is there?
Well, hopefully. The South Australian Greens Senator, Robert Sims, who's also the Greens co-spokesperson on LGBTI issues at a federal level.
He's that new guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gay as well, yeah. And he reached out to Human Rights Commissioner Tim Wilson and urged him to call for a review of the current 12-month blanket deferral for men who have sex with men if they wanted to donate blood. So, as you know, men who have sex with men who are sexually active, there's a blanket ban on us donating blood unless we decide to be celibate for 12 months and not have sex at all. Then we can donate blood.
Well, I'm almost up to that 12-month mark now.
Also, it's all about making sure STI-free and HIV negative and such like that. But
of course, this was set up in the 80s around the whole HIV epidemic when it was an issue and people were, I hate to use this term, dropping like flies because of the rate of infection. That's a lot lower now. The uptake of HIV is less. There is more awareness. We are being safer.
And it's not just the gay community.
No, there's a lot of infection throughout the straight community as well. So I think it is time that we re-looked at this this blood ban, this gay blood ban.
Definitely. And Robert Sims was saying how the question shouldn't be around whether you have had sex with men in the past 12 months. The question should be around whether you have any STIs, regardless of your gender, regardless of your sexuality. And it doesn't matter how whether you've had sex. I mean, it doesn't matter whether maybe the ban should the deferral period should be reduced to 6 months. I'm not sure, but at the end of the day, it should be based on your sexual attraction. It should be based on your health as a person, regardless of that.
Totally agree.
And Robert Sims, the senator, he can't really make the change, but he approached the Human Rights Commissioner because he has the power to make a ruling on whether this ban imposed by the Therapeutic Goods Administration, whether this ban is discriminatory or not. And should he make that ruling, then that will place extra pressure on the TGA to amend the rule. And there was a similar push to amend this 2 years ago when the Australian Red Cross Blood Service had commissioned an expert panel to pretty much reduce the windows from 12 months to 6 months, and the TGA rejected it. So this is why this is a renewed push, because
do we know what homophobic twat's running the Therapeutic Goods Association?
I'm not sure. I mean, they seem to be. They don't. From my experience, they don't seem to be very media savvy. So they seem to just keep themselves and not really reach out to the media. In my experience, I'm not speaking for everybody else in Australian media. To say whether they're homophobic to us, I think that's just pure speculation. I think
that's what we do here on the Andrew Troy Show.
They're looking at the scientific things. They're not really looking at whether it's discriminatory or not. They're just, and they're Australia's peak regulatory body when it comes to medicine, then drugs and devices and blood services and stuff like that.
Yeah, so these are the same guys who we're waiting on to approve PrEP as well, aren't they?
I beg your pardon?
These are the same guys we're waiting to approve PrEP.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And the TGA is the first obstacle with PrEP before it can get listed on the PDF. I should make it clear to listeners that it's the TGA imposing this 12-month ban, not the Australian Red Cross. The Australian Red Cross really want healthy, STI-free gay men to donate blood because they are in desperate need of more blood donation.
Correct.
So
they're always screaming
the TGA to change the ban.
Yeah.
They're always screaming poor, and we need more people with blood, and we need people to come and donate. And but no, you're gay.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what gay? And I'm sure gay men would be lining up to donate. We all
exactly right.
We all want something to suck afterwards. A little lollipop. Let's move on. Acon are seeking some public assistance.
They're looking for some volunteers from the community in Sydney, in Coffs Harbour, and Lismore, and Newcastle, to just to sell some red ribbons in the lead up to World AIDS Day. Acon says it's their biggest fundraising initiative of the year, and all you got to do is just stand on the street for a couple of hours on either the 30th of November or December the 1st, which is actually World AIDS Day, and sell some red ribbons to the public. And this is great because not only do you raise money for Acon, but you're also raising awareness on HIV health and combating stigma and stuff like that, and remembering the people who've lost through HIV and AIDS related illnesses in the past. So that's the red ribbon is a symbol of World AIDS Day and a symbol of how far the world has come.
So November 30 is a Monday, and December 1, which is actual World AIDS Day, is a Tuesday. I'm going to put it out there, Elias, and I reckon Star Observer get involved, and we go out and take the morning off and sell some ribbons on Oxford Street. Just saying.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Any excuse to get out of work in the morning. And really quickly, finally, in LGBTI news this week, what are the Liberal Party? They're endorsing a gay man for the North Sydney by-election, Joe Hockey's former seat. That's coming up in the end of the month, the end of next month.
On the by-elections on December the 5th. So
December 5th. There we go. Off by a few days. Missed it by that much.
It's a big deal because North Sydney is a very, very safe seat for the Liberals.
It is.
And,
it's that safe that Labor aren't even. It's that safe for Liberal that Labor aren't even putting up a candidate.
No, at this stage, I'm not aware of whether Labor have put up a candidate.
They haven't. They have not, and I doubt they will. They've got no intention whatsoever to do it.
Labor tend to, if someone comes forward and wants to run for that seat, the Labor will probably endorse it. I mean, they have done it in the past. There's nothing stopping them from doing it for North Sydney, especially when Joe Hockey was considered as Tony Abbott's right-hand man. And Tony Abbott was deeply unpopular compared to Malcolm Turnbull. So who knows? They might take the risk. I don't know.
Oh, I doubt it. If they would have had someone.
The news here is that Trent Zimmerman, the candidate for Liberal, he's openly gay. He was the former vice president of the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Business Association.
Yeah.
And because North Sydney's a safe Liberal seat for Liberals, it's almost like a shoo-in that he'll get elected into House of Representatives. And if he did, he would be the first openly gay man to be elected into the House of Representatives.
Good on him. And 10 points to this guy. And it's great to see that there are more gay people in the Liberal Party,
and they're pushing them forward.
But you got to remember, Joe Hockey was against marriage equality, and Trent